They called him a loser, a nobody, until the day he walked into that gym and changed every single person's mind. This is the story of a kid who grew up on the wrong side of town, where dreams were usually the first thing to die, but somehow his didn't. It's 2012, a tiny town in Indiana. Nothing fancy, nothing loud, just a bunch of pickup trucks, a Walmart, and a whole lot of cornfields. Meet Eli Thompson. 17 years old, skinny as a broomstick, always wearing beat-up sneakers and a hoodie 2 sizes too big. Everybody in school knew him, mostly because they had something to say about him. Eli didn't have many friends. Honestly, he didn't have any. Eli had one dream, to make the high school basketball team. But the problem? He was terrible. Like, layup miss from 2 feet terrible, and people made sure he knew it. You know how high school is? Once folks smell weakness, it spreads like wildfire. Tryouts were coming up. Coaches already had the roster in mind. Nobody expected Eli to show, and honestly, neither did he. His family wasn't helping much either. Dad was always working double shifts, Mom was juggling bills, and home felt more like a storm cloud than a house. Eli tried practicing at the old, cracked public court behind the grocery store, but the ball was flat, the rim was crooked, and every time he shot, someone passing by would yell, "Bro, just quit! You ain't built for this!" He pretended not to hear, but he heard every word. One night, out of frustration, Eli punched the fence so hard he split his knuckle. He told himself he'd quit for good. No more hoop dreams, forget it. But the next morning, he found himself back at that broken court anyway. Almost like his heart dragged his body there. One night, while shooting around after dark, Eli noticed an old man sitting on the bench, hoodie up, watching quietly. Eli ignored him, took another shot, missed again. Then the man stood and said, "You ain't shootin'. You just throwin' the ball and prayin'." Eli froze. The man stepped forward, pulled down his hood. It was Coach Ramirez, the legendary former college coach who vanished from the public eye after a personal tragedy years ago. Coach said, "You got heart, kid, but heart without discipline is just noise." He offered to train Eli if Eli agreed to show up at 5 a.m. every morning. Eli didn't even hesitate. He shook Coach's hand, and that handshake changed everything. The day of tryouts, the gym buzzing, sneakers squeaking, everyone staring as Eli walked in. People whispered, "Why's he here? This is going to be hilarious." But Eli wasn't the same kid anymore. Coach Ramirez had drilled discipline, balance, and confidence into him for months. Scrimmage started. First play, Eli stole the ball. Second play, hit a clean jumper. Coaches looked up, confused. Players got quiet. And then, final moment of scrimmage, tie game. Coach yells, "Last shot wins!" Ball ends up in Eli's hands. Everyone in the gym holds their breath. He takes one dribble, another, pulls up, shoots. The ball hangs in the air like time froze. Coach Daniels, the head coach, walks over with this stunned look. For a kid nobody believed in, you sure made him look stupid today. He hands Eli the roster sheet. Eli's name is on it. Eli walks outside the gym afterward, tears in his eyes, calling Coach Ramirez, but the old man's not there. He left the gym quietly before the tryout ended, like he knew the kid didn't need him anymore. Months later, Eli became one of the most consistent players on the team. Not the star, not the MVP, but the backbone, the one everyone respected. And for the first time in his life, he believed in himself, too. Sometimes the world won't believe in you, and that's fine. Because the moment you start believing in yourself, everything else begins to fall into place. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one.